G. Sunil, 30 not out. That was the first time my name appeared in the papers. I think I was 12 years old. I was playing the Giant Shield tournament in Mumbai. And in those days, the scores used to be pretty brief. And you had to have scored a minimum of 30 or to have captured 3 wickets for your name to come in the papers. So I was batting at number 10. I was maybe about this high that time. Not that I've grown much since then. But, and because of that, the seniors had hogged the batting positions at the top of the order. I batted at number 10, St. Xavier's High School. So I don't remember the school, at the Cross Maidan. And I remember getting that score, and I didn't sleep that night. I didn't sleep that night because I wanted to get up in the morning and read my name in the papers. And so when I woke up in the morning, opened the sports page, and I don't even remember what might have been on the front page. Now you read the front pages quite a bit. Earlier on, you know, then you didn't. And when I saw it was G. Sunil, and I was a bit disappointed because lots of Sunils. So just a little bit disappointed. But that was my first mention in the papers, and I've never forgotten it. Thereafter,
put it in the sunny days as well.
Yeah, and thereafter, I think there have been plenty of occasions where you all have given me much more than I deserved in terms of headlines, writing about the matches, writing about the innings that I played, and it's been actually terrific. I also got the opportunity to be able to write in magazines, in newspapers, and therefore my connection with the media began even while I was playing cricket. I think probably my second year of playing cricket, I wrote an article for the Sports Week. And Mr. Courtness was the editor, then deputy editor. And he was also our manager. He was also our manager of the West Zone team that won the Cooch Bihar Trophy. And it was in those days, like Ravi said, there was considerable interaction between the media and the players. There was, like Ravi said, there was a trust factor. There was always, you could talk to the people, and you could sense that they wanted you to do well. They wished you well, and that they wanted you to go forward in your career, and that they would sort of help you with their articles, and that was such a big thing for a budding cricketer. I struggled quite a bit to even get into the Mumbai team. I made my debut in the Irani Trophy match. 21 out of the 22 players in that match were looking to perform well so that they could be selected in the Indian team to go to Australia. The 22nd man was me, who only wanted to establish myself in the Mumbai team. That was my debut. For me, it was important that I score some runs and keep my place in the Mumbai team. 21 others in that team. They were the rest of India versus Mumbai, the Ranji champions. They were all vying for a place in the Indian team. I think there were about 6 players from Mumbai or 7 players from Mumbai who made it into the squad. I failed in that match. I got 5 in the first innings, and I lived up to the nil part of my name in the second innings, and that was it. When the team before the Ranji Trophy was announced, I was in the 14, but I didn't play in the 11. I didn't play in the 11 throughout that season. The person who replaced me was bowled first ball in the match that he played. Didn't score too many runs, but he was experienced, so he kept on being picked. And in a way, when I look back on it, I think it was probably for the best, because it made me that much more determined that next time I get an opportunity, I shouldn't squander it. So my next opportunity actually came 2.5 years later. In between, after that season, I was not even in the Mumbai 14-15. I was not even in the, despite scoring plenty of runs in the inter-university cricket. I was not even in the squad. And you could, at that particular point of time, university cricket was widely covered. Not just in the local papers, you could see that it was covered in the national papers as well. You could in the regional papers as well. So there was plenty of the sort of publicity that you got, that your name was now being recognized as scoring runs in all over India. And it was always a plus. I do believe that scoring runs in the inter-university, before that, the tour to Sri Lanka with the All India Universities in 69-70, the coverage that we got in Indian universities, I think we went all over Sri Lanka then. I think right up north, south, etc. Just now, I think, I don't know what it was while I was sitting here just now, 5 minutes back, I just saw my phone because it was buzzing in my pocket. And there was a call from Arvinda De Silva, so I had to tell him, hang on a minute, I'm at a function, I'll call you. I don't know what you wanted. But again, the Sri Lanka connection helped me. And when the team was about to be announced for the West Indies, I know there was, because of the fact that there were headlines about my scoring in the university, that certainly tilted the scales in my favor. And thereafter, I think it's been, that connection's been there with the media. Like it happens with everything, you have the good days and the bad days in cricket. Similarly, I think in your relationship with the media, there will always be that. But the good days always outweighed the bad days. Nobody likes criticism. Nobody. Even the media does not like criticism when you say something about the media. So that's totally to be understandable, because we are all humans. We all like to be, told that you're very good, and that is totally understandable. But the trust factor that is so important, which is what made all this, where you could actually sit down with a person and have a chat and get to understand his point of view. Once I finished playing cricket, I was already writing a few columns, etc. So to be able to get into the media was that much more easy. Television for me, happened. I happened to be in the right place at the right time when television started to become big in India, and thereafter I think on tours. And I thought, that maybe Kaushik might be bringing that up, but he was very, very sweet. He didn't bring that up. That I actually have been, I think I have been a distraction for the media, the print media in particular, because when I go into the print media section where they sit down, they generally seem to have better snacks and tea than in the commentary box. So I generally go there, and then I become a distraction, because then there will be somebody who will come and we'll be talking about stories, old stories and stuff like that. And I thought Kaushik is going to complain about that, saying that I've seen him. He's been around. We've talked about so many things that Sunil was a distraction. But thank you for not not saying that. It's been a memorable journey, these 50 odd years that I've been blessed to have, thanks to Indian cricket, and every step has been memorable. And you, the media, have been on this journey every step of the way as well. And so therefore, my most heartfelt thanks to the media for being part of this wonderful, wonderful journey, which has taken me to so many places, has helped me to make friends all over the world, not just amongst the cricketers and the cricketing fraternity, but also with the cricketing and the sporting media. So thank you for that. I'm delighted to accept the medal. I see that two of my heroes, sporting heroes, got it before me. Vijay Amritrajan, again, spoke to him just a couple of days back. He had just landed in LA. And then, of course, Prakash, who for me has been my all-time hero for what he's achieved and what he's done for Indian badminton. So I'm absolutely delighted to be able to accept this honor from you. Also the membership which you gave me a few years earlier, but I received it today. So thank you all for doing that. And once again, I just want to say to you that may you continue to do the job, which is where sport gets the prominence. I think we sometimes forget how important sport is in our lives, because sport teaches you to win graciously, win humbly, to accept defeat also graciously. And in the sport that I played, what it taught you was that when you're together, you win more often than not. A batsman cannot score 100 unless he's got support from the other batsman. He could be batting on 85, 86 when numbers 10 and 11 come into bat. 10 and 11, not so good with the batting, known for their bowling. So what happens? The numbers 10 and 11 have to stick around with the batsman if he's batting at 2 or 3. But more importantly, that 2 or 3, if he wants to get to his individual landmark of 100, he's got to look after them. He's got to make sure that they don't face too many deliveries. Similarly with the bowling, for a bowler to get wickets, he needs support from the other end. Somebody who's bowling tight might not be getting wickets, but who's not giving away runs. Fielders have to take catches. Fielders have to make sure runs are not conceded easily. And so working together is what gets you the results and the rewards. And I think that's what we need to look at when we talk about sport. Somehow or the other, there has to be that, combination between the playing fraternity, the media, and the administrating. Because that is how, if all three come together and have that understanding that, we are all working for the benefit of that sport, whichever sport it could be, badminton, cricket, hockey. If you're all working together for that sport, all of us, we might not always agree. That's always the case. I mean, you cannot always agree. But as long as our intention is to develop the sport, to promote that sport, and to make that sport rise to even greater levels, then I think we will be able to make much more of a contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for this wonderful honor. And thank you all for taking time out in a busy schedule to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.